What's up, guys? You're about to watch a video from a business meeting Q&A session I had in Singapore a couple months back. Felt that there was some serious details in there that a lot of you could get value from, and thus I'm making this silly little intro video to have you enjoy the rest of this video. Super excited about it. Would love to see your comments down below on what you're getting out of this video as I try to continue to listen and build so I can bring you more content. The wheel of listening and creating. Leave your 2 cents in the comments. Thank you for watching my content at all. It is humbling. You have to do them all. You're a one-woman show. Your number one move is to immediately afford somebody else to help you. Your number one move. Everything in your life, how you live, what you buy, what you spend your time on. When I first build businesses, I make no money. None. In my 20s building my dad's business, I lived in a shitty apartment. I took $35,000 a year the first 3 years. VaynerMedia, I didn't make any money. Your number one job is to have other people help you. Otherwise, you're gonna be spinning in a wheel your whole life. You have to actually figure out how you can afford to grow. So the first way I always tell solopreneurs they can grow is by making less money personally. I don't know your living situation or how you live your life, but if you're going on this journey to build a business, excuse me, the business matters more than you. Yes. So I would want the roof over your head to cost you less money. I would like the food that you put in your mouth to cost less money. You have to look at everything else you're doing in your life. How much time do you spend on marketing? In a day? 0 sometimes, I assume?
Yeah, sometimes.
In a week, how much do you spend on it?
2 hours.
2 hours, great. Now is the most important part of this meeting. How many hours do you sleep at night?
I have to have 7.
Great. So I love the way you said it. I have to have 7. So if I wanted to say go to 6 so that you pick up 5, you're gonna say to me, Gary, I have to have 7, right? Now let's go somewhere else. I have to know what you're doing the other 17 hours. I would bet the house that we can find an hour every day. I guarantee it. Because you might be working all 17 hours, but you might not be working on something smarter than spending an hour a day on the thing that you're talking about. Do you understand?
Yeah.
You know, people talk about working hard and working smart. The answer is only both. You have to work hard and smart based on your ambition. You need 7. I'm glad you said it that way because this makes this piece of content more valuable. It's the 17 other hours. I'll give you an example. A lot of people drive to work for 45 minutes. If they took a bus for an hour and 15 minutes, they would save money and get more work done. But do you have the humility to take the bus versus driving your car? Because your mouth says you want to pull it off, but do your actions map it? Got it? I think most people fear it being tough when they're asking for something crazy. Do you know how hard it is to be a millionaire? It's unbelievably hard.
Yep.
99% of people in the world never even remotely get close.
Yep.
So I think the first way, forget about what I'm about to, the tactics. Let's start here.
Yep. Here.
You have to love hard. You have to love eating shit.
Yes.
You have to love people leaving comments saying you suck.
Yep.
You have to love the process. Everything's easy for me because I don't care what people think. Mm-hmm. I prefer everybody thinks I'm gonna fail. The way you get over the obstacles is a couple things. Number 1, biggest mistake all of you make is you don't realize it's gonna take 21 years for success.
21 years for success.
21 years for success. Now look, maybe it will take 3 years, but if you think it's gonna take 21 years, now you're in the right mindset. Everybody thinks they're gonna take a camera, post a couple posts on LinkedIn, post a couple posts on Instagram, 6 months and I'm gonna be on a yacht. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Okay?
True.
So no patience. The reason I get through everything is I want the pain, I want the process, I have the patience. I don't care when I have setbacks. I know that I'm asking for something special, and if you're asking for something special, it should be hard.
Okay, true.
Like,
true.
why are you entitled to be a millionaire? In America, one of the wealthiest countries in the world, the top 1%, at the bottom of the top 1%, you make $440,000 a year. If you make $440,000 a year in America, you are in the 1% earners in America.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Most people don't understand what it is to do a million. Everybody thinks everyone should do a million. I laugh at a million. 99% of the people watching this video right now, or 31 years from now, because everything will be online, will never taste a million. 99% of you. Now, when you internalize that, all of a sudden now you're gonna respect what you're asking.
Yeah.
I want people to respect their audacious ambitions more. You scale it through more people and more executions. I know it's crazy to hear, like, when you're in the services business, you scale it with more services. Now what happens is a lot of people try to talk people out of service business and say, especially in a market like this, you have to build technology, you have to do this, because that's theoretical. That's what sounds right. But if you're gonna build a bigger production company, there's only two ways to do it. You do more productions, or your productions cost more money. You either do one production like George Lucas does, and they pay you $400 million or $2 billion or whatever, or you do 80 times more productions than you do now. How did I grow VaynerMedia? We just did more, and it was more expensive of that thing. The thing that a lot of people forget about me as an influencer was I didn't really start becoming an influencer until I was 35 years old after having a 15-year career of being a business person. Yep. My influence is not out of the arts or looks or the arts, yep. the classic ways. If entrepreneurs didn't start becoming cool, it would have never been a path that I think I would have taken. I think you're right. I think the thing that you need to think about is if you were gonna build technology in between an influencer and their audience, yep. You are staggeringly vulnerable to Facebook, Snapchat, and Twitter, like staggering. Your features, they're all gonna be features. Look what happened with stories on Instagram. Influencers lived on Snapchat as well. Yep. One feature and they move so quickly. Anything a third-party vendor offers that becomes something that the platform offers will die immediately because of the seamlessness of it happening inside there. That is not going to be the part that you're going to have an advantage over Facebook in.
Yep. Well,
Shopify's the infrastructure to Instagram until it's not. Until it's not. There's only one currency, which is the attention. That's all they trade on. And whoever has the attention has the leverage. The biggest thing you need to ask yourself is how much of your opinion is predicated on the fact that it's yours. The thing that has always worked for me, and I genuinely believe is the cornerstone of my success, is I refuse to get high on my own supply. You have to put yourself out of business before somebody else does it. So you can debate anything you want. What you have to ask yourself is this your point of view because you've made this bet? The reason VaynerMedia is not profitable ever is because I'm always reinvesting in things that are my vulnerability. Voice is to mobile social what mobile social was to traditional digital. So I have to invest in that and AI and all this stuff. It's why when it comes to influencer stuff, even though I've watched it and been right for the last decade, I continue to not build scalable things. I continue to build influence and relationships and human infrastructure because that is something the platforms have no interest in. Yep.
I know you're gonna scold me if I don't boost the ads.
I want you to boost ads. Yep. Yes, I do.
Okay, so yeah, without boosting ads, I actually got.
And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. This is a very important point that a lot of people are getting confused about. Even if you listen to how you're saying it, people are putting organic reach on a pedestal because they think there's a purity to it. Even subconsciously, if you listen, when you watch this back, you'll see that you and most have organic on a pedestal because there seems to be a purity of that. It speaks to the quality. I understand. The problem is, for me, why I would scold you, and you're right, is when ads are so underpriced, you have to take advantage of them. Because in 4 years, when organic will still matter, but the ads cost $88 to get in front of 1,000 people instead of 7, people are gonna regret not spending on the ads.